we'll just.
Welcome to the Weasel. Welcome to the Weasel. Whip out your dicks and shove them in your ass. Welcome to the Weasel with Mican and Jonah.
Hello, friends. Welcome to another episode of the Weasel Podcast. My name is Torin, and Torin Mike, and most of you know me as Mike, and that's fine. Welcome, guys, folks, guys and gals, you chitlins, to another episode. This episode's a little bit different, similar to last week's, where I am solo again. Jonah is stupid busy at the moment with his new house, getting everything organized, moving in. He moved in last weekend, so the day is Wednesday, the 25th, I think, of October. Just about Halloween. Ooh, spooky. So, I'm going to tell you a story that I wrote. Yeah, I hope you guys like it. But first, I'm gonna tell you another story. End on the little short story that I wrote. I'm gonna tell you guys a story first. But housekeeping. We have now officially moved to just solely free podcasts. So there is no broach anymore. Well, I mean, unless you make your own, which is what the broach was always supposed to be, anyways. So, but uh, we've got, excuse me, a lot more content coming down the line. So I want you guys to be prepared for that. Some more interesting stuff. We're putting our hats back on. Jonah's got a beautiful office now. So now we're both sitting fucking tight. Fucking tight. So things are going to start getting pretty good. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty much all housekeeping. So, good stuff. I'm a little bit sniffly today. So I apologize in advance because that's going to be kind of gross probably. So, first story, right? Now, most of you probably know this about me already, but my family definitely does know that I have this awesome knack for ruining all the photos. Something I've been really good at my whole life, got a little bit of pride in it. Like, if I can ruin family photos for years, just pull a good face at the perfect time every time. And to be fair, like, I'm just a goofy looking guy in general, so it's not hard to pull a funny face or a goofy face. But the timing, though, man, I tell you, the timing, dude, I was great at the timing. You know what I mean? Like, I would fucking I mean, as soon as that camera would flash, because my grandma, she would watch me, right? She'd watch me. She'd be like, "This motherfucker's gonna pull a face." She would wait. She would wait. She would turn at the last second, to catch the flash. So she didn't ruin the picture, right? But fucking lightning fast reflexes, old woman. I fucking real quick, bet ruin that fucking picture. It is like thinking back now, it's pretty cruel. Like as an adult, who knows how expensive like photos are, to go get nice ones done, let alone just like having nice photos of your friends and family, that you want to keep around. Some people aren't photo people. My family definitely is, but yeah. So, but yeah. So real quick, right? This one time at the coast. Ooh, this one time at the coast, right? Um, we uh, were there for, I think it was either my mom's 40th or my grandma's 50th. I forget. Uh, Obviously, vastly different years, but I'm just a young little asshole, as you do. And so we were at the coast. We stayed at this real nice, like, hotel. Like it was like a whole suite on a hotel in a hotel on the beach, and the beach was like right there, beautiful spot. And then just to just up the coast, like maybe like 5 minutes, not even like just at the top of cigarette almost blew away. Um, just away from the hotel was these beautiful rolling hills, like nice little grassy hills. Pretty windy, but really nice, and the sun just hit it perfect, and you can look out over the coast. Gorgeous, gorgeous ambiance, very, very beautiful. And so obviously, Grandma's like, let's get some pictures here. Let's do photos. I think we had, hmm, if I remember correctly, I think we had special shirts. Excuse me, special shirts that we made for the thing. I think there were like white shirts, and then we had these. Do you remember those that gel paint? It come in like a little bottle with a squirt, like a pointed squirty end, and you'd make like a line with the paint, and then it would dry as like an actual like thick line on the shirt or whatever you're putting it on. So I think we had those. So we're all wearing the shirts, on the hill. And yeah, we're up there, and usual shenanigans, man. Just bleh, fucking the picture up, fucking over and over. And at some point, the person that was taking the photo, and mind you, this is all from memory, right? So it's fucking probably pretty unreliable, okay? Like, I can't remember exactly the circumstances, but the person that was taking the photo either ran out of time or got the shits with me. You decide, and had to leave, right? Had to go. And so this other lady was walking past, and my grandma was talking to her, I think, the other day. I think she's staying in the same hotel, whatever. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I'll take the photo of you guys, right?" But the crazy thing about this lady, yeah, is that she had a pet monkey, right? She had a pet monkey, and she would, I mean, it was like a monkey, it had a diaper on, but it just rode around on our shoulder. She had a leash for it, it would fucking, sometimes it would walk on the ground, fucking, like monkeys do. Yeah, it walked on two legs, too, mind you, fucking really interesting. Anyway, so this lady with a monkey was going to take a picture. And I don't know if it's something that someone said to me. I don't know if it was something someone said or um, just like a crazy thought I had in my mind. You know how kids are, like you develop fears for things. And for a split second, I was thinking about it today in the shower. For a split second there, I was afraid that if I ruined the picture, that monkey would rip my face off. Right. Now, the reason I'm not sure if it's something I made up or not is because that is something that any one of my family members would have said to me at the time. Because I was such a little shit, right? Just a little fucking asshole that fucking kept ruining the photos, dragging out the process, as you do, as I do. Anyway, um, photo ended up coming out nice though. I think I had the shirt on. I was wearing cargo shorts, camouflage cargo shorts, because I'm a badass. Some fucking nasty sneakers and my hat, which everybody from home remembers me wearing fairly consistently. Um, so yeah, it turned out nice. Um, yeah, that's that. I don't know. Just an interesting story. I can. I thought it was just weird because I was thinking about it in the shower, so that's where I was coming from or going. Or Kiralee was texting me; she's on her way home. Um, when I was thinking about it in the shower, it reminded me of Chris from Family Guy because he had the monkey living in his closet for the longest time too, the killer monkey, and nobody believed him. Right? Nobody would. Nobody'd believe you. And I kind of wonder if it's like a trope, you know, like a oh, jeez. As a kid, you feel like people don't listen to you, right? Adults don't take you seriously. Fucking, Obviously it's hard to take kids seriously when they ruin every single photo they're ever in. I don't blame them for that, but it is weird when you think about, like, as a kid, when you talk to people, they don't take you very seriously about many things. It's like, oh yeah, and then I fucking climbed a tree, and then I fell out. And they're like, oh, did you know? Oh yeah, because that happens all the fucking time, right? Or whatever it is. And so, like, I wonder if the monkey in the closet is kind of the like a manifestation of not being listened to by adults in a way. Hmm. Maybe I'm drawing a lot of unnecessary conclusions to that thing. I don't know. It's when you start delving into, like, the way the brain works, and, like, like Freud, he was a weirdo, man. He had some, like, weird, I mean, his whole, like, psychological model was like mommy issues and daddy issues. I mean, that was it. Like, all human sexuality is tied to, like, fucking some giant trauma that happened, and it's just, it's weird. I don't know. Hard to explain. I don't really understand it myself, so I probably shouldn't be talking about it. However, it is interesting when you think about, like, say, I don't know how, if you necessarily can tie this into Buddhism, but it's like, um, if everything is everything, right? So, like, even stuff like things that we create in our own minds to manifest, to deal with uh, stuff, trauma, say, just in general trauma. My cigarette keeps going out. Um, you know, if everything is everything, then that act is a natural way of dealing with the trauma. So that is something we must have developed over a really long period of time. So I guess, like, maybe the psychological, like what we view as psychological health now probably is wrong because of the way people deal with things. Seems like a natural way of dealing with things, right? But I don't know. I guess, like, yeah, that's just a whole lot of hullabaloo, and that's all that is just a whole lot of hullabaloo. Anyway, I'm gonna read you my short story now. Sorry I couldn't finish that thought, guys. I'm a bit retarded. Just generally a little bit slow. Everybody thinks that word's really horrible. I know, I guess it has been used horribly in the past, but you know, it just means slow. I definitely am. So I'm going to read you my short story now that I've slowed down a little bit. I'm going to have a drink of water first. Pardon me, guys. It's a little bit jumbled up, so, just if I take long pauses, it's because I'm trying to decipher my own handwriting and read things that I've rewritten and avoid things that I've decided I didn't want to read, if that makes sense. Like I said, it's jumbled, okay? Setting: grayish, drizzly day in a forest of evergreen and maple trees. The prior day's rains had left the ground saturated and soft. The mushy decay of rotten leaves and mushroom-covered logs, releasing the cold smell of fall, was welcomed by the was welcomed by the locals, small fluttering birds out for breakfast, the occasional jackrabbit, and today a very curious and unfortunate mouse. A small, or "le petit" mouse by the name of Jasper was out for a walk along the creek bed south of the maple tree of doom. Now, one might be understandably filled with terror at the idea of an evil maple tree, but I can assure you that it's just nothing more than a practical joke within the locale, or the locals, which eventually turned into a marketing scheme by the Jackrabbit Mafia's syrup monopoly, and it's nothing more than that. So no stress. As Jasper reached the small path that led back north to the maple tree, his mind began to wander from the beautiful smells of autumn to the uneasy feeling of a presence behind it. It's not entirely safe for a mouse out and about this time of year. He turned and planted to get ready to run, bracing his mind for the last and fast calculations that would determine his continued existence. His heart racing, time feels like it comes to a stop. His eyes scan drastically, becoming more panicked as the realization of absence begins to muddy his mind. Standing there before him was nothing. Just an empty path with the creek to the right and some damp, dew-covered foliage to the left. Jasper's panic slowly melts into confusion, curiosity. His eyes continue to scan the pathway, looking to the trees and bushes, searching for any signs of another being. As his heartbeat leaves his ears, he listens for the crack of a twig, or the rustling of a brush. Nothing. Birds in the trees? Perhaps a fish farting nearby? Nothing. So deathly quiet, Jasper turned once more to continue his journey, trying to put this brief but very odd experience out of his mind. As he turned, there manifested a peculiar sight indeed. A line that was blacker than the night sky split Jasper's vision. The line went from the ground up, about the height of a badger. It began to twist and become jagged. A silver outline formed as the line began to grow thicker. Jasper could feel a cold, shivering energy coming from this strange object. Frozen, his soul began to stall. Fear and calm spun around his head, back and forth, up and down. The line was hideous, like a diseased tree with cold, unfeeling darkness being offset by the unnaturally blinding silver halo, as its tendrils contorted and twisted wider and wider. Fear, calm, uneasy, relaxed. Jasper's mind races back and forth, his feet exhausted, arms sinking, whispering, emanating from deep within the darkness, warm, inviting. Cold air whirls around him, his body leaning to and fro. The comforting voices drawing him in were unbearable, conflicting with his mind and emotions. So tired, sore, and stressed, excited, confused. Enticing screams and cold shards of wind pulling Jasper closer and closer. Suddenly, silence. That's it. That's all I've got so far. Well, I have a little bit more, but, you're just going to have to wait for that one, I think, is what I say. As we draw closer to Halloween, I want you guys all to just remember to be safe. Ensure that you are following proper Halloween protocols, checking your candy, being safe on the roads at night. There's people still coming home from work and school and going to work, shit like that. So just be careful as you're walking around. But definitely I encourage you to definitely walk around. There are some houses. Well, in Australia, it's a little bit different, isn't it? Because people here don't really celebrate Halloween the same way. It's not really ever been a thing here. But there are people that do, and the kids around here definitely do appreciate the houses that do. So if you are a house, even if you don't have kids, I can definitely put some candy out, entertain the kids. It's hilarious, seeing what they're all dressed up as. And if you're in the States, have a fucking banger one. Hopefully we have something for, I think we'll have something for this next weekend. Halloween special. Everybody does a Halloween special. We're going to make it spooky. Ooh. So tune in for that, and tune in again soon for the next bit of that short story if you're intrigued. All right. Love you guys. We'll talk to you later. Fare thee well. Have a wonderful time. Ta-ta.